Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet, and welcome to game number 3 in the quarterfinals between Scarlett and Bomber. And so far, it's been pretty awesome. I mean, it's 1-1 for starters out of a best of 5. So Bomber's won a game and Scarlett's won a game. And the interesting thing is, both players have gone for exactly the same builds each game. So game number 1, Scarlett went Mutiling versus Bomber's Triple M plus Widow Mines. And game 2, Bomber went Triple M plus Widow Mines versus Scarlett's Mutiling. And he sort of tweaked his build a little bit in game number 2. He didn't go for tanks only, went for straight Widow Mines. And he was a lot more aggressive. He is a lot more aggressive and he shut down the creep spread a lot more. And that was one of the things that really helped Scarlett win the game in game 1. Her beautiful creep spread. One of the best creep spreads I've ever seen. But in game number 2, Bomber just shut it down. It was looking to be Brilliant's creep spread as well, but Bomber just shut it down. And yeah, that got him the win eventually. He just kept the pressure on, kept the reinforcements flooding in, and he spent the last 10 minutes of a 20-minute game with his forces right in Scarlett's front yard and just constantly hitting her and constantly knocking down expansions all over the place. The 3rd base went down and Scarlett never got it back up. The 4th base constantly being hit all over the place. And yeah, eventually Bomber just taking it out and making it win. So really nice job from Bomber, and we will see, because he obviously turned around and matched Scarlett's play from game 1, countered it very effectively to win game 2. So the question is now, is Scarlett going to continue to go for the Mutiling, or is she going to try something different? Is she going to try and wrong foot Bomber once again, try and get something that he's not expecting? Because I think he's pretty much set up to deal with Mutiling right now. I think he's very strong against Mutiling. But something like a Roach Hydra or something like that. Maybe with, I don't know what else, maybe with Vipers or something like that, if he even needs them. It's something else like that, just to sort of wrong foot Bomber a little bit, because, I mean, Scarlett knows what Bomber likes to do. She knows he likes the Triple M with the Widow Mines. So she can go for something else and really get stuck into him. I feel like switching over, maybe, because I do not know if she goes Mutiling, I don't really know what she can change to make it work better than last game. She did a very solid effort last game, and really Bomber just did everything right to counter it. And Triple M is really reliant on creep spread. Bailings are so reliant on creep spread, it's not even funny. Off creep, they are basically useless unless against a Masters level player who knows how to stim and run. Basically useless. And I mean, Widow Mines just make it even worse. So without creep, I don't know. With Widow Mine, just the Mutiling, I don't know if it's going to be effective. And in fact, I would say that it's probably not going to be effective. So Scarlett's got to be thinking about something, some tweak in her Mutiling strategy, or something else, some completely different build. Because I don't know. I do not believe, given what we saw last game, that Scarlett can win this if she goes for pure Mutiling. Unless she does something fancy. And by fancy, I mean going for a very fast 4th and actually holding it and actually getting the economy really fast. Because her production capability actually screwed her over quite a lot last game. She needed a crap ton of Banelings and she couldn't produce them fast enough. I mean, she had minerals lying around, not a ton, but she had some minerals lying around, and I think she just couldn't produce those guys fast enough. So yeah, maybe extremely fast 4 base versus 2, and maybe, but I don't know. I mean, she's still got to deal with these very fast Marine groups that Bomber seems to like sending out, like 8 or 9 Marines in the first 10 minutes, something like that. He loves sending these little groups out to have a crack, and yeah, Scarlett usually does have to scramble to get some forces together to sort of push them off. And she definitely will be fine because, I mean, she's got Ling speed. Yep, there's Ling speed out there. So Lings should be fine there, and with some Queen reinforcement, yeah, I mean, she should be fine, but it's definitely going to stop her from going for a fast 4th base. And these guys even going around the long way. I don't know if they were expecting a fast 4th, but they're definitely going around. The Ling's coming in, but 3 Marines in that bunker, and this could actually be really bad because I do not think Scarlett has anywhere near enough to deal with these guys. Like, these guys, yeah, I don't know if it was meant to be a full-on let's wipe Scarlett off the face of the earth thing, but actually, I don't know, 8 minutes, he's got like 16 Marines. I actually think this probably is a wipe Scarlett off the face of the earth sort of build. Of course, if Scarlett had really early roaches, or just gone for massive amount of Lings off 2 bases, he probably wouldn't have done as much. But the fact is, she went for a 3rd base, which is what he was expecting her to go for. He was fully expecting her to go for 3 bases, because that's what Zerg always do. They see the Terran player expanding. In fact, they can basically assume the Terran player is expanding, and they go for 3 bases, trying to hold off the gap here. He's got a hold. No, yeah, there we go. So he's holding off the gap. He's got a bunker back there, and I think the bunker should be at a range out to there, just range. There we go. And so, yeah, so he's going to be able to hold this off with a bunch of Marines out there as well, so should be fine. Overseer coming out there, and yeah, I don't know. The Overseer could probably splooge all over some stuff, but not too much else is probably going to happen with that Overseer, just having a bit of a scan. And we're actually going back into tank tech, so that's pretty nice. And Bomber, definitely a very awesome move early on in this game. He read the situation beautifully, and he had a beautiful plan of attack to deal with it. So he just got a ton of Marines out to intercept this 3rd base going down, because he knew that Scarlett would go for the 3rd base based off his 2nd base, or just based off general tactics. So he got that massive amount of Marines, and I feel like he only started building this 3rd base after the Marines came back, because he would have needed all his minerals to build these guys up really fast. But yeah, Bomber taking the initiative in that game, making a great play, and Scarlett once again going for the Muta Ling. We do have a Spire down, we do have Ling upgrades, we've got the Bailing speed, we do have the air weapons. So it is going to be Muta Ling all day, and I do not know. There's a nice attack going on here, and these Marines are got to be running out of there. There's sort of gonna. Oh, quite a loss being lost there. Quite a lot being lost there, and the worker numbers actually getting quite badly trampled there. So Scarlett choosing to go for Muta Ling, but she's being aggressive right now. She's being very aggressive. Well, Bomber was being aggressive, but she bounced straight off that, got her 3rd base up, and did a very aggressive attack into Bomber's own 3rd. So Bomber may know what Scarlett is all about, but Scarlett knows what Bomber is all about as well, and she knows that he likes to get this nice fast 3rd base. So she just goes in there and just boom. Oh, actually there's a bit of an opportunity there with the forces moving out. The Mutas see the forces moving out, so great opportunity for these guys to go. But they're probably more worried about saving their 3rd base right now. Cannot blame them at all. The siege tank's going to be sieging up. Is there going to be a flank with the Lings on the back? I do not know. I mean, she's definitely going to lose it, but if she can take out these 2 tanks, then I feel like that would almost be worth losing the base just to snipe these 2 tanks, because their damn things are so expensive. But it looks like she wants the whole thing right now. She's moving in with the Bailings. No, she's completely ignoring this army. She's going to be going for this one, I feel like. This base is just going to fall so fast. I mean, she's got some reinforcing Marines up the back. I don't know, man. Scarlett's looking a little bit hesitant right now. She's kind of, do I go for the 3rd? Do I go for this army? She's not quite going for either. And she's basically lost the chance to go for the 3rd base with all these guys just signing up there. But maybe she just wants to keep Bomber away from her new 3rd base over here. But there we go. Muta's coming in here with a bunch of Lings. The flank coming in as well. And I do not think Bomber is going to get away from that. So really, really nice attack from all directions. Just lost some lings, so very, very cost effective there. And meanwhile, Bomber, you just can't stop this guy. He goes straight for the new third. And yeah, Scarlett might be able to wipe out a bunch of these guys, but the base is going to go down. So great job. I mean, Scarlett, just when she thinks she's got a victory, she loses her new third base. And Bomber just all over that stuff, all over the place. I don't know, man. I still don't actually know why Bomber left his forces out there. Maybe just a distraction so he can get this third base. But there was a lot of units to lose in a distraction, so lucky for him though. He had 4 medevacs, and the one that didn't have any units in it was the one that survived. So here we go, bunch of Marines, but Bailing's down in the bottom as well. Did he actually have Bailing stored in this Overseer? I feel like he may have. Sorry, I feel like she may have. Then, yeah, really, really nice stuff. My mouse is actually starting to fail. I think it's got like no batteries left. So hopefully it lasts for the rest of these games. And look at Bomber, man. He does not stop the pressure. So Scarlett was looking like she was getting into pressure mode this game, but Bomber showing her what real pressure is and going straight for the main base here, and might be able to take out quite a few workers here, maybe a queen, but some reinforcing links going to be messing up this plan quite a bit. And actually, let's just have a look, see how many batteries my mouse has. I think it'll last for the rest of the games, but I got to make sure to charge it up before I go out today, because otherwise I will not be able to play anything tonight, and that would be very bad. And here we go, Bomber just going for the good old 1-2. I mean, Scarlett sort of set herself up for this in some way, because she put the base over there. When she lost this one, she's like, oh, I'm going to put it over there, and hopefully Bomber won't expect that, but Bomber saw it, and that gives him the perfect opportunity to play 1-2. To go left side, then right side, then left side, then right side, all over the place. And look at the Widow Mines, getting some great hits off, one of them hitting the Muta Pack, which is awesome. Bunch of Banelings coming in here, and the Marines are actually taking quite a bit of damage from the Banelings. Quite a bit, but Bomber consistently with just enough to get the job done. He goes in there, he manages to wipe out the first wave. Look at all these guys actually, and Bomber's really, really getting ahead in this game. And Scarlett given the GG right there, so she is not having a good time in this game so far. Just the last 2 games. I mean, I don't know. I said at the start of the game, if she goes Mutiling, I don't think she's going to be able to win it. And it was a bit of that as well, but I feel like it was just Bomber was being so aggressive. Scarlett tried to be aggressive. She had a really, really nice attack, got some Bailings in there, really put Bomber on the back foot, but it seems like you can't keep Bomber on the back foot. I mean, you put him there, and he stays there. He stays in that defensive mindset for like 2 seconds, and then he's straight back to an aggressive mindset. It's absolutely impossible to keep him on a defensive mindset, but I mean, it seems like it's a lot easier to keep Scarlett on a defensive mindset, because you move the guys in, and we did not see another attack on this base. We did not see Mutas coming out to here. We did not see Scarlett sticking her neck out to really hit the Terran player at his bases. As soon as she was like, alright, I got my third base hit, I got to rebuild it, I'm going to stay in a defensive mindset until I'm in a safe place. The second she got to a safe place, Bomber would be sending more forces in. So she could not maintain a safe defensive place. Basically, as soon as she got to a safe place, she'd get hit again. Then she'd manage to wipe out the attack, build her army again, get another base down, get in a safe place, and then the attack would come in again. And she chose not to stick her neck out, chose not to go for any of those crazy counters where you're like, alright, that guy just hit me really, really hard. I've got to take the fight to him. I've got to turn this around. I know I'm probably going to lose more units doing this. It's probably not going to be a fair trade-off, and it's probably going to hurt me quite bad, but god damn it, I've got to turn this game around. I've got to put it on his side of the field. And sometimes you just have to do that. You can't be a defender for the entire game, because your macro is slowly going to suffer. Doesn't matter how good you are at holding off, your macro is slowly going to suffer. Your opponent can just do whatever the hell he wants. I mean, within reason, she was definitely looking after this base, so she knew about that, so that's fair enough, but yet, I mean, Bomber had more than enough off 3 bases to make that happen, and you just you gotta turn it around at some point. You cannot wait for the sun to be shining and the rainbows to come out to turn that around, because Bomber had it down pat to keep the pressure on. He is an awesome pressure player. I mean, one of the best pressure players I have ever seen, and he times it so beautifully. As soon as Scarlett bounces back, he hits her again. I mean, it's basically you get hit hard enough, you need some time to recover, and then you move out. By the time you recover, you get hit again straight away. It's beautiful timing, and you really have to just go blind at that point. You have to say, look, I've been hit quite hard. I just have to go out there and do something, anything over at his side of the field, something out of the ball, something left field. Try and make it work. At least try, because if I just sit back here, try and make safe plays, I'm gonna lose. And so, yeah, that's it, man. But Scarlett, I do not know. I do not know if she can make that happen. And it's pretty obvious right now that Bomber has Mutiling countered really, really well. He knows exactly how to deal with the Mutiling, and Scarlett's just having so many problems right now trying to take down the Triple M. She just can't do it enough, like well enough. So there we go. Moving on. This is Harry Muppet. We're going to be moving on to game number 4, and Bomber, man, I think he's got a very, very decent chance to just totally tip this thing over, to just finish it off 3-1 and move on to the semi-finals against Tasia. But I don't think we can count Scarlett out. I think she's got a definite chance to still push back and make something happen, but I don't think she can do it with Mutiling, and I don't think she can do it unless she pulls something out of left field, because her playstyle the past 3 games I don't think is going to be enough to beat Bomber, so she's going to have to do something different. And it really, really is her game to win, her game to turn it around and make something happen. Right now, Bomber's in the driver's seat. He's running everything, and she's got to make something happen. She's got to change something. So anyway, moving on to game number 4 now. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Harry Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.